Step 4. Discovering where your soul resides. Going inward. Hopefully by now you should be aware that you are being nourished, breathed, and kept alive by the universal movement of energy. This movement is the breath of life and the breath of light. You cannot live without breathing. You would certainly die if your breathing stopped. In reality, you die with every out-breath and are reborn with every in-breath. You are being reborn with every new breath. Meditation on the breath is the most widespread practice of meditation. But what many people do not realize is that the most important aspect to focus on is the pause between the in-breath and the out-breath, because that is where the life force, that is where your soul resides. It is called the still point of the breath. The still point is where the whole potentiality of the universe resides, where your potential lives. In this meditation, you will learn to tap into that infinite potential in the still point between the breaths. Close your eyes and let your attention drop inside. Allow your mind to unwind. If you are still processing the events of your day, let yourself do that. Let your mind be restless for a couple of minutes. And then just let those preoccupations with life wind down naturally. There's a still point in your thoughts. Imagine that you are anchored in that central still point, and that all the thoughts are just whirling around you, but not really touching you or disturbing you. So now bring your awareness to the quiet stillness at the very center of your thoughts, at the very center of your being. The quiet stillness, the inner still silence that has nothing to do with anything going on. A silent, eternal stillness unperturbed by the coming in and going out of thoughts. Always present is an open expansion of blue sky, the blue sky between the thoughts and behind the thoughts. This silent stillness permeates your whole being, every cell, sinking into the present moment, the silence beneath all the noise, the still silence that is the container for everything. There is a still point around which each of your cells vibrate. Imagine each of your cells and imagine the still point in the center of the movement of every cell. That's the natural still point. So you're going to shake your body now in a way that allows the cells to nestle into this natural still point, so that there is complete relaxation. Imagine that you're gently shaking a jar of sand in a way that would allow the sand to sift down into a resting place. Try that now with your right arm. Imagine that as you gently shake your arm, almost like a shiver, it's vibrating in a way that allows each cell to find and settle into its natural still point. Just gently vibrate it, shake, 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 and imagine that like sand, it's all filtering down and finding its natural resting place. Then do the same with your other arm. Just vibrating it very gently in a way that allows each cell to find and settle into its resting point. Then do that with your head and neck, visualizing your brain and all your brain cells settling into their nesting place, settling into their place of complete relaxation. Now gently vibrate your body in the same way, so that all your organs also settle into their place of rest. Just a gentle vibration of your torso. allowing everything to come to rest. Now shake your right leg and foot as if you were allowing all of the muscles to sift down into their still point. Then do that with the left leg and foot. As you listen to this meditation, attune yourself to the silence beneath the words and between the words, the silence that is always there. Bring your awareness to the still point within the silence, the still point that is the beginning and end of all movement, of every breath, the still point from which life emerges and returns. Follow your breath as it moves into your body, seeing that wave of light, of life, as it flows through your brain, your skull, your neck, your shoulders, down into your torso, and especially around and through your heart. Breathe out all the tension. And then breathe in this bright, light-filled air that enlivens, connects, harmonizes all the cells of your body. Watch as it dances around your heart and moves into your heart and through your heart. As the light gets carried to every single cell in your body, feel your heart moving the light through your body, throughout your organism, into every nook and cranny, into every cell, into every part of you, all the way down to the cells right at the end of your toes and the ends of your fingers. Every single one of your muscles and bones all being nourished, your mitochondria being enlivened, your whole body filled with life. Bring your awareness back to your heart and imagine a figure 8 with the center at your heart. Imagine your in-breath moving along the figure 8, rising up to your head through your brain, rinsing away your preoccupations and your thoughts. And then with the out-breath, moving back down through your heart to your lower body and the lower part of the figure 8 as you sink into your metabolic being, into the quiet wisdom of your body, of your abdomen. That's where there's a pause. And then the natural in-breath begins and travels up, all the way up into your heart, through your heart, along the figure 8 to the top of your head, to rinse away all of the preoccupations of the day. Rising up with the in-breath flowing through the heart, a natural pause, and the movement back down with the out-breath also meets a natural pause. And then the next breath just happens, just starts of its own accord. Rising up with the in-breath flowing through the heart, going all the way up to the top of your head, and notice that that natural pause allows for you to fall into it before the movement back down with the out-breath. moving down through your heart and into your abdomen, and a natural pause, allowing yourself to fall into it and allowing the next breath to just happen, to start of its own accord. As the breath rises up through your heart and up into your head and pauses, allow yourself to drop into the opening, into the pause. As the breath comes back down through your heart and back down into your abdomen and pauses, drop through whatever you are feeling, whatever sensation or emotion. Recognize the spaciousness around, beneath, and above it, and the stillness at the center of it. With each breath, simply enter into the pause to discover it and to sink deeper. If you are distracted, just come back to the breath. The still points of the breath will allow you to let go and drop your attention deeper inside yourself. Drop deeply inside. Let the word deeper expand around you, beneath you, and above you. And notice how the breathing continues to happen on its own. Bring your awareness to the very beginning of the breath, the very moment the wave of breath begins, and feel the spark, the universal spark, the involuntary, spontaneous movement happening on its own. Feel the stillness of that moment, the quiet stillness of that spark. Feel its depth and its silence. Feel how the breath arises from the stillness to its summit, pauses, and how it empties, releases into the void as you are being exhaled. Being breathed by the universe. Breathing is happening, happening on its own. The universe breathing you. Awareness simply watching. Thoughts coming through, moving through the brain, spontaneously, through intervals of mental vacuum. Thinking happening on its own, the totality thinking you. Awareness, observing the process without getting lost in it. Awareness is the still depth, unmoved by the waves of emotion, undisturbed by the winds of thought, still, quiet, and unmoving. Deeper than thought, deeper than emotions, deeper than sensation, deeper than energy. The quiet, deep, dark stillness that has brought all into being. This is what desires to be realized. As you slowly get ready to leave this deep state, allow the in-breath to be the signal to be born again, and the out-breath to descend into your abdomen and your feet so that you can wiggle your toes. Bring awareness to the sensations you feel in your feet and everywhere your body touches a surface. And then slowly stretch your shoulders when you're ready and come back to the senses that allow you to feel your surroundings. In this journaling exercise, you're going to describe the experience of falling into the pause between the breaths. On the days you do this meditation, be more conscious of the silences between words, the pause between breaths, and between actions. During the day, notice what you're saying to yourself and your thoughts, and recognize these thoughts as simply the movement of mind, and recognize that there's another choice: to be spacious and open. Just be yourself as you are. And recognize that you have the capacity to notice when you are thinking and what you are thinking. And notice the spaciousness of that capacity, how that capacity is simply being here in this moment.